Okay, my friend, you've decided to become a data analyst. You've searched through the whole internet and you'll be like, okay, I want to become a data analyst. And the first question you're asking yourself is, how do I go about it? What should I do first? What should I start with? And what should I just do in general? Well, I think you're looking for a roadmap, and this is a video of me telling you the roadmap to become a data analyst in the year 2024. So let's start with it. As someone that has been a freelancer in data analysis and also in research and academia, I think I'm in the right position to tell you how to start or where to kickstart your data analysis journey. So when it comes to the concept of roadmap and how beginners should start their journey, I'm of the school of thought that it is subjective. By subjective, I mean you can start the way you want to, and you will still become the data analyst that you want to, in the sense that you can start from anywhere. People tell you start with Python, people tell you start with R, start with Excel, and all of those stuff. It's not a fixed thing. You can start anywhere. So for example, someone that has a background in computer science, computer engineering, anything that has to do with coding and all of those stuff will obviously start with Python. And someone like me that has a maths background, a statistic background, I obviously started with SPSS, then moved to Excel, data, R, before I started learning tools like Power BI and stuff like that. So wherever where you start, you are actually correct. So the first step in knowing how to start is to know yourself and know your strong point, then kickstart your data analysis journey from your strong point. Now, with these few sentences of mine, it means that there are obviously several ways to start data analysis, to become a data analyst, like the roadmap. Okay, I know you are asking the question, so what is the roadmap for someone that does not have a STEM background, or is just coming from a course that has nothing to do with tech or anything, or I just don't know myself and I want to start? So how should I start? Well, I have in quote a generic roadmap for you, a roadmap that I feel like to some certain degree the whole data community sort of agreed to it, that everybody should just use this roadmap. So, and the first thing you have to do if you want to use this roadmap is to learn mathematics and statistics. Now, as a data analyst, your statistics is something that you need to take hold of. Okay, and so the first step is to learn the mathematics and the statistics. And by mathematics, I mean just learn the basic arithmetic, how to add, how to subtract, how to get the average of number, understand the theory bit behind the basic mathematics. And for the statistics, you have to understand descriptive statistics, the basics of descriptive statistics. I'm talking about mean, median, mode, which make up the measure of central tendency. Then we have the measure of dispersion, that is the mean, absolute deviation, the variance, and the standard deviation. Now, not only are you required to know these things, but you need to know the interpretation of them, why you have to use mean in a certain situation and the median in a certain situation. So you have to have a deep understanding of each of those things, even though you know the formulas. Okay, it's not by knowing the formula. Then you also have to learn the statistics of data visualization, meaning how to visualize data, how to use bar charts, pie chart, histogram, box plot, scatter plot, all of those tools to tell a story about your data set. Very important, because there's a reason why you're using an histogram here and not a bar chart here, or why you're using a multiple bar chart here and not a scatter plot here. So you have to pay attention to that. So if you need the necessary statistics for data analysis, okay, I have a playlist that I've actually made that can help you out. So I'll be linking that playlist either here and also in the description, so you can just check that out after watching this video. After you learn the statistics, in fact, as you are learning the statistics that you need for data analysis, it's time for you to learn the tools, okay? And that is where Excel comes inside. So the first tool I advise data analysts to learn is Excel. Now, Excel is a spreadsheet tool that was invented in the 1960s or 1970s, I can't really remember, by Microsoft. And this tool is still as powerful as possible till today. Excel can do, virtually everything. Excel is so versatile that it can do a whole lot of things. Excel can perform the data visualization, Excel can perform data manipulation, data transformation, it can do basic statistical analysis, it can do proper data analysis. Excel is that tool that does not really have a stronghold, but it can do a whole lot of things. So I advise beginners that wants to get into data analysis to, as you're learning statistics, okay, see it's like, okay, I'm learning the theory statistics, okay, and Excel is like an avenue to practicalize your statistics, because all of the mean, median, mode, formulas, bar charts that you know how to use from statistics theory, you can actually practicalize them in Excel. So how do you learn Excel? There are a couple of videos, free YouTube videos, that you can actually learn Excel and practice, get better. We have the likes of Chando, we have the likes of Alex the data analyst. These are top guys on YouTube in the data community that releases top-notch videos for every one of us right here, and we use. So you can also go to Udemy, Coursera, Udacity, Utiva, all of those online platforms to pay a token to just get to learn how to use Excel. But if you want to start with free materials or resources, Alex the data analyst and Chando. I think we also have courses from Free Code Camp, Edureka, and all of those stuff. I'll try to link some of these resources in the description so you can just check that out. So after learning Excel and you feel like you are getting better at Excel, you don't need to know up to 50% of Excel. You can learn as you go, but once you feel like you have a grip of Excel, you understand how Excel works, and you can do basic stuff with Excel, then you can keep learning and then move on to the next tool, and that is SQL, also known as SQL. Now this is a query language, in the sense that some people don't see it as a programming code, some do see it as a programming code. It causes these arguments, but SQL is a query language, is a tool to query relational database. So we know that in the olden days, back then, data is being stored in hard files, with paper and all of those hard copy stuff. So there was nothing like cloud computing back then, but now in the digital world that we have, cloud computing, databases, so you need a tool that can help you to extract your data from a relational database, and that is where SQL comes inside. So the stronghold of SQL is that it is a tool, a programming language rather, that can be used to query and extract data from relational databases, okay? And it can also perform basic data analysis, here and there. It can do basic data cleaning and a bit of basic data analysis, like summarizing the data set and performing a bit of visualization here and there. But its stronghold is to use code to query a relational database. There are also free YouTube resources out there by Alex and the rest that can help you understand SQL. So if you notice, SQL is a bit different from Excel. Excel doesn't know how to query a database, like straight up, it doesn't. So you need to learn SQL to know how to query a database, because like I said, in this digital world, most of the databases or the data of your company, of whoever you're going to be working with, will be stored in a database and not in hard copy. We hardly see that. This is not the 90s. Okay, so the next tool I feel like you can learn after learning SQL is a data visualization tool, which can either be Power BI or Tableau. Now the choice of either of these two rather, is subjected to a couple of stuffs, like example, which is cheaper, which do you prefer the most in Nigeria, in Africa in general. Microsoft has a stronghold. A lot of us use Microsoft product, and a lot of companies support Microsoft, so we naturally tilt towards Power BI, okay, because Microsoft owns Power BI. Do you understand? So we usually use Power BI, but Tableau is not bad. It's also a very good option to use. People that use Tableau will tell you, I love Tableau, but you know what? Just choose whatever you want. So you learn a data visualization tool, okay, either Power BI or Tableau. So Power BI and Tableau, they are actually business intelligence tool, okay. That is, they are focused on how you can get business data or other data and try to make beautiful dashboards. But not only dashboard, that is what people think, like Power BI and Tableau, they are just all about making beautiful and aesthetically pleasing dashboards. No, they can do more than that. In fact, I feel like dashboard is like 2-3% of the capability of Tableau. It can analyze proper data. It can, we have DAX, we have DAX functions, we have a whole lot of things embedded in Tableau and Power BI. Power BI owns DAX actually, but we have a lot of things embedded in these tools. But data visualization is like their stronghold, but we can also use them for proper business intelligence analysis. So after learning either of Power BI or Tableau, like I said, it depends on what you want to choose. Now you can start working on projects. In fact, you don't need to wait till you get to your third tool before you start working on projects. Once you feel like you're okay with Excel, you are good with Excel, start working on projects. It's as simple as that. Now you have 3 tools in your hand. You have Excel, a general data analysis tool, you have SQL, a query language tool, and you have Power BI or Tableau, a proper data visualization tool and a business intelligence tool. And I can tell you, you are strong, you are ready, and you are good to go. Now if you want to now become better, okay, like up your skill and try to like be a versatile person, like you don't want to like stick to using non-programming tools to work as a data analyst, then it's time for you to choose between R and Python. Now these two guys, they are not the same, but they can do, they have a lot of things in common that they can do. So the choice of Python or R, it also falls on you. Okay, so someone like me that is more of a statistical analysis person, researcher, academia, I'll obviously tilt towards R, because R is one of the best when it comes to statistical analysis, and when it comes to building app, web development and all of those stuff, Python is basically used for that. But Python also have a lot of packages and libraries that can help you perform proper data analysis, like Panda, NumPy, Skitlearn and all of those stuff. So your choice between Python and R, it all just depends on the kind of person you are. So it's really not like we'll use R and use Python. Now you have to learn either of them, and once you feel like you know one of them and you want to like learn another one, it's fine. Like me, I learned R first, and of recent I started learning Python, and so far I'm actually enjoying my Python, even though I prefer to build a regression model on R compared to Python, but that's just it. So basically the roadmap is start with mathematics and statistics, then learn Excel. After Excel you learn SQL. After SQL you learn the Power BI or Tableau, and the Python or R. Now all of those are tools, but don't forget the fact that as a data analyst you still have to pay attention to some skills that that can help you. I'm talking about your critical thinking skills, your problem solving skills, your storytelling skills, your communication skills. All of those skills are as important as the tools I mentioned. Now data analysis is not about the tools. In fact, the tools are just the means to the end and not the end itself. So how important the tools are, if the tools are 50% important as a data analyst, the skills that you need are also 50% important to you as a data analyst. You have to know how to use the tools that you have, that you know how to use, to complement your skills. Like I used to say, a carpenter is not defined by how much he knows how to use the latest tool in town, but it's only defined by how much he can take a raw wood and transform that wood into one of the most beautiful wardrobe or table, using his mind and the tool as a complement. I hope that makes sense to you. So if I missed something or you have some questions for me, please don't hesitate to go down to the comment section and drop your question. I would be willing and ready to attend to all of your questions. So thanks for making it to the end of this video. If you need to know how much statistics that you need for data analysis, I have a video right here that you can check out. I'll be linking it here. And if you also need to know the misconceptions that the whole of the data analysis space face most times, I also have a video right here that you can actually check out. Thanks for making it to the end of this video, and we see you in the next one. Bye for now.